Have you ever thought about starting a YouTube channel, but then immediately got overwhelmed? You know, the cost, the scripting, the editing, the voiceovers, it's a lot. Well, what if you could do all of that automatically with just a single click? Today, we're going to dig into a method that claims to do exactly that.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll talk about the big promise, what I'm calling the YouTube automation dream. Then we'll look at the specific Google tool that's supposed to make it all happen. I'll walk you through the super simple 4-step process they lay out, and we'll see a pretty wild example of what it can do. But then comes the reality check. We got to talk about the hidden costs and the stuff they don't exactly shout about. And finally, we'll step back and ask, is this the future of content?
All right, first up, the YouTube automation dream. Let's really get into the core problem this whole idea is supposed to fix, because it's a feeling I think a lot of people can relate to.
I mean, let's be honest. Doesn't it just feel like it's too hard sometimes? The barrier to entry can seem massive. You feel like you need all this expensive software, you have to be a brilliant writer, you need a perfect radio voice, and you have to be some kind of video editing wizard. It's a lot to ask.
And this quote, this really gets to the heart of the promise. The creator who popularized this whole method, he's basically saying that technology has caught up. He argues that all those old reasons we had for not starting a channel, well, they're just excuses now. Lame excuses in his words.
And this is exactly what he's talking about. All those barriers we just mentioned, the high cost of all the different tools, staring at a blank page trying to write a script, trying to find a professional voiceover, the absolute headache of video editing. The promise here is that this new method just makes all of that go away. So how in the world is that even possible? Well, let's pull back the curtain and look at Google's solution. And yeah, it's from Google, but I bet you've never heard of this particular tool before. Okay, so the tool is called Notebook LM. And yes, it is an official AI product straight from Google. The way it works is honestly pretty wild. You just give it a source, like literally just a link to an existing YouTube video, and it acts like a little content factory, spinning up a whole bunch of brand new stuff based on that original video.
So how does this content factory actually run? You might be thinking it's got to be some complicated tech-heavy process, right? But the way it's laid out is, well, it's almost suspiciously simple. Let's walk through it.
No, really, it's just 4 steps. Step 1, you find pretty much any YouTube video you want to use as your base. Step 2, you copy the URL, the web address. Step 3, you paste that link right into Notebook LM. And finally, step 4, you just tell the AI what you want it to make. That's it. That's the whole pitch. Now, we get to the really cool part. Let's take a look at what this thing can actually create from just that one link. And we'll use the exact example from the tutorial that made this so popular.
Okay, and this is so important to understand. It's not just doing some clunky word-for-word translation. The AI actually refreshes the script. You can see it here. The original Urdu phrase is transformed into this much more powerful, natural-sounding English sentence. It's not just translating, it's rewriting it for a whole new audience.
And it doesn't just stop with a new script, oh no. From that one single YouTube link, Notebook LM can pump out an entire suite of content. We're talking a brand new video in a totally different language, complete with an AI voiceover, plus mind maps, data reports, quizzes, infographics, and even slide decks like the one you're looking at right now. It's a whole content starter pack.
And this is where the whole thing just gets kind of mind-bending. Because the tool can translate into dozens of languages, you could, in theory, take one single video and use it to power 20, maybe even 30 automated YouTube channels, all targeting different countries and languages, all from that one initial piece of content.
It all sounds a little too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, you know what they say. This is the part of the journey where we have to talk about the reality of this so-called one-click dream. Let's look at the fine print.
So here's the catch. It's not really a one-click process. Even the guy who made the tutorial admits that the video the AI spits out might not be great. You'll probably have to take all those generated assets and audio files and bring them into a different program, something like CapCut, to actually edit them into a good video and manually add things like the mind maps it created for you.
And then there's the money. The free plan is, as you might expect, super limited. You might only get to make 1 or 2 videos a day. To unlock that unlimited power that makes this whole idea so appealing, you need to subscribe to something called the Google Ultra package.
And that Google Ultra package, it costs $400. Now think about that. That's a huge financial hurdle for the exact people this method is supposed to help. New creators who are looking for a cheap and easy way to get started.
So when you weigh the incredible potential against the pretty serious costs and the hidden work, what are we left with?
what does this all really mean for the future of making stuff for the internet?
Here's the real bottom line. Notebook LM isn't some magic button that you press to get an instantly successful YouTube channel. What it is, though, is an incredibly powerful tool for repurposing. It's for taking content you already have and quickly translating or adapting it, or for generating a first draft that you can then polish yourself.
And that really leaves us with this one big, fascinating question to chew on. As these AI tools get better and better, are they actually a shortcut to success? Do they eliminate the hard work? Or do they just change what work means? Maybe our job is shifting from being the person who makes everything from scratch to being the editor, the curator, and the director of the AI. It's definitely something to think about.